Have you ever heard of somebody vanishing without a trace right after they've uncovered something they weren't supposed to know? These aren't just random disappearances. These are cases where people may have gotten a little too close to the truth, and then they were never seen or heard from again. From scientists to journalists, pilots to tech experts, these stories are disturbing, mysterious, and some say part of a much bigger cover-up. Let's take a look at the people who vanished or died under strange and mysterious circumstances after they may have known just a little too much. Hi, my name is Grace, and I talk about all sorts of spooky, creepy, freaky things. So if that's your cup of tea, hit the subscribe button below. It really helps me grow my channel and be able to make more content for y'all. Okay, he didn't want to be in the video, but Casper is the cat that's crawling around in the background, but he's hiding right now. He's not interested, but I always like to introduce him just so you guys are acquainted. But without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start with Dr. Karla Turner. She was a college professor, UFO researcher, and someone who spoke out publicly about alien abduction. But what made her so different is she wasn't just studying it. She claimed that she and her family were abducted themselves. Turner didn't just talk about lights in the sky. She was documenting terrifying and invasive experiences. She spoke at conferences and she wrote books like Taken and Into the Fringe and warned people that these beings weren't friendly. Here's where it gets weird. In 1955, just after publishing one of her most intense claims, she was diagnosed with an extremely fast-spreading and rare form of cancer. Within months, she was dead. Friends, family, and fans of her work all claimed that she was targeted. They really believed that she was possibly silenced. Turner herself even said before her death, "If I die, it is not from natural causes." So was it just a tragedy? Or did she get a little too close to the truth? Next up is Kenji Urada. He was a Japanese factory worker in the 1980s. He was not famous, he was not a researcher, so why is he on this list? Because Urada is one of the first people to have died from a robot. Yup. A robot. Urada was doing maintenance on a robot at a Kawasaki plant in Japan when something went horribly wrong. The safety barrier was disabled. The robot turned on and pushed him into a machine, crushing him to death. It sounds like a freak accident, but what makes it so strange is the secrecy. His death wasn't reported publicly in detail for a very long time. Some believe that this case really shows us and exposes how dangerous automation and AI can be, and because of this, it was quietly swept under the rug. So was this an accident or a warning about the future that we weren't ready to hear? Fred Valentich was a 20-year-old pilot in Australia. In 1978, he took a small plane for a routine flight, but what he reported right before he disappeared kept people wondering for decades. While flying over the Bass Strait, Fred radioed air traffic control. He said he was being followed by an unidentified flying object. He described lights, a shiny surface, and said that the craft wasn't behaving like any known aircraft. Then, static. Fred was gone. There was no wreckage, there was no body, nothing was ever found. Some say he crashed, others believed he faked his disappearance, but many are convinced that Fred had been abducted. Like, even the government report couldn't explain it. Why did a young pilot see something strange, then disappear forever? Phillip Kramer was a musician turned aerospace engineer, and he played in a 1970 rock band called the Iron Butterfly, but later worked on advanced technology, including missile guidance and encryption. In 1995, Kramer was working on something big. He told his family that he was on the verge of a breakthrough on something involving faster-than-light communication. He also seemed paranoid that people were following him. One day, he called 911. He said, "This is Phillip Kramer. I'm going to kill myself." And then he vanished. 4 years later, his van was found in a ravine. His body was inside, badly decomposed. It looked like a But many questions remain. Did he really take his own life, or did someone make it look that way to stop him from revealing something game-changing? Our last story is about Danny Casolaro, a journalist who said he uncovered a massive conspiracy he called the Octopus. Danny believed that this group was made up of government agencies, spies, and private corporations. He thought that they were controlling world events from behind the scenes. He told his friends that if anything happened to him, it would not be an accident. And then, in 1991, he was found dead in a hotel bathtub with multiple slashes to his wrists. Officials say that it was but his note was missing, his tape recorder was missing, and he had told people that he was about to meet a key source to this puzzle a day before. Many people believe that Danny was silenced. and his octopus theory, this lines up with many real scandals like the Iron Contra and the Promise software espionage. So did he find something too real to publish? All of these stories have something in common. People got too close to something dark, something powerful, and then something terrible happened to them. Coincidence or pattern? Let me know what you think. Which of these stories gave you the chills? And are there any cases that you want me to cover next? If you enjoyed my video, please feel free to give it a like. It helps me make more videos like this. I've left some similar videos on the side that my channel thinks that you might enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay spooky, guys.